to talk about drinking and driving. Okay, picture this. It's a Friday night. You're bored. You call up some friends. Y'all meet up at the bar and y'all have multiple drinks. Y'all are having a good time, but now it's time to go home. Mind you, everyone has been drinking, so there's no designated driver. So as you're driving home, you're thinking that you're able to think clearly, and that's not the case. So as you're driving home, you get close to home, and then boom, you hit someone. Now you're drunk and you've possibly killed someone, and you do not want that to be you. Today I'm going to talk to you about the statistics of drinking and driving, people who are arrested and deaths, consequences of drinking and driving, and also ways to prevent drinking and driving. The Federal Bureau of Investigation shown that there were 1 million arrests and people who were drinking and driving. Now, 2017, there were reported 33,000 traffic fatalities, and of those 33,000 traffic fatalities, there were 10,874 fatalities that were involved with drunk driving. Now, with drunk driving, you have there's consequences, and the consequences includes jail time, even more jail time if you've been in a drunken driving accident and you've killed someone. You risk higher insurance rates. You also risk jail fees, court fees, and higher rates with your insurance. You also have to get a ignition interlock device installed in your car, which costs a lot of money. And with this device, every time you get into your car, you have to blow into this device. And when you blow into this device, if it detects any alcohol, then you're not able to move your car. And with the consequences with drinking and driving, you also have you risk getting your license taken away from you, and your license can be taken away from you up to a year at a time. And you don't want that because you may have important things that you have to do, and you get pulled over, and then the rest is history. You also risk losing your job because, of course, when you get arrested, you have to report it to your job, especially with a DUI, and you don't want that to happen. So, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to land on the side of consequences, so let's go into ways to prevent drinking and driving. Now, I know we're all adults, and we sometimes can get a little carried away. I mean, sometimes people cannot, have fun without involving alcohol. You may have a little wine here, you may have a little wine there, but if you were to have a little wine or any alcohol, then number one, you get a designated driver. If you don't have a designated driver, then simply don't drink. And also, if you've been drinking while you're out, if you do decide to get drinks while you're out, then just simply call a taxi or Uber. It's just that simple. And you never get into a car with someone who's been drinking, especially if they're the driver, because you don't want to put your life at risk. You don't want to be one of those fatalities involved with drinking and driving. And also, this problem has been occurring a lot in the past couple of years. Someone who's of age to drink buys someone who's underage alcohol, and that can cause even more problems because that's underage drinking. So if you're of age and you can buy alcohol, just don't buy anyone who's underage any alcohol, because that can be more problems within itself. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, some people may know their limit while others may not know their limit. With drinking and driving, you just never know. I mean, you think that you can tolerate this and you can tolerate that, but when you get under the wheel of a car, it's a different thing. So while you're out drinking and driving, just think about what if you're coming home or you have a child that's old enough to drive, and they're driving home on their way home, and they're struck by a drunk driver. It will crush your heart to hear that your loved one has been killed by a drunk driver. Because to be honest, I have had a family member to die from a drunk driver. We were actually on the way home from Prattville, and we passed an accident, and we had to take a detour. And unfortunately, that detour, we did not know that my cousin was involved with that accident, was struck by a drunk driver, and her head was decapitated. It was a really sad story, but those are the effects and consequences that my family had to deal with from a drunk driver. So, in conclusion, it's always good to be safe. You'd rather be safe than sorry.